Hey, it's me from me as Jason, and it is time for TiddileeBitz. 26th of the month is the time frame where all things holy converge. It's almost like the Holy Trinity. And it just so happens that it's the day I like the most of the month, the 26th, so I'm just saying. If you're wondering why I have this on, it's because I don't feel like going into the house and getting a shirt. And I also thought it would be a nice ode to Zeke, one of my characters. So, I mean, why not? So I'm coming to tell you today that it's a bit confusing. See, there's such person as Jason, and you see that person existing because you know that person. However, what I'm arguing is that the Jason you're viewing now is that Jason. The Jason on my channel is actually like another character. So if you're confused about that, no offense. No offense to me taken, because the fact of the matter is I'm very, very confusing. So if you're like, geez, he's talking about a partner in a life and all this stuff, and that's not his real partner's name, and that's not his real life, so I'm confused. But it's just a series. It's the ramblings of my inner thoughts. As many of you know, the real Zoe has many elements in it. One strong component is my mother. But there are a lot of other characters in there. The character of Cody is probably more of like a Jason character, just on the flamboyant side. And the character of Jason is still confusing. I don't even know who Jason is. So if you're watching this and you know me, you know that not only am I confusing outward, but inward I'm confused. And I think that's probably pretty clear in the fact that I came up with a series based on a bunch of different characters that I play. I think the joke is that most people think I'm doing the characters to like be funny and be playful, but they're really actually just fragments of my brain, and they're at work within those characters. Obviously I need some character development, and I gotta figure out things on my own whilst being able to develop the characters. So right now it's more of a trial and error. So it's good because you're here in the beginning of me as Jason, and I have dreams, so I'm gonna commit to those. And who knows? In my opinion, I have one way of looking at it, and one reality I think is gonna happen, and then there's other people's reality. I can share with you my reality. I believe that YouTube is not going to take off right away. I'm assuming probably by the end of this month. That gives it plenty of time. And I'm just going to, rule the world. And eventually, I was debating today in the shower. I was like, when it gets to a point and I can start my own YouTube similar channel, because, I'll be able to pull all the revenue from actual YouTube. Like, you think there's famous YouTubers now, but oh my god, like when so be prepared. But at any rate, I figure I'm going to be in talks with YouTube, and I think I'm going to settle for 25% of the company. I valued their company at somewhere about 10 billion. Now, this is not the parent company of YouTube. I'm just talking about the YouTube affiliate when they bought them out, how much YouTube alone probably makes. And I guess and assume it's right, because I am me, and that's what I do. So since I'm right with my guess and they make around 10 billion, I fully expect to either say, hey, that's great, yay, yeah, YouTube, you've been with me the whole time and you got me this job. I'll know that I'm lying because YouTube's done nothing to help me. It's all been personal work. But at any rate, I will, graciously give them the thumbs up and fake in public. But behind scenes, you better believe I want at least 25% of the company, or else I'll just pull out, take everybody with me, start my own little YouTube. So at any rate, that's the fantasy. And, you know, you're here for the beginning. And so that's exciting. Not much else to tell you about this TiddileeBitz other than the direction it's going in. Everything's upwards, skywards, godly. And, you know, I'm pretty happy about it. And I wanted to thank you guys for being there. You know, there's no I in team, but there's definitely good players, you know, and there's some of you that have been benched, you know, unfortunately. We had to bench a couple of you. You're still on the team, but you just don't play. You know, you don't interact. So thank goodness it's not social media, or else it'd gotta be weird if you weren't being social on social media. But anyway, there's a couple of folks that are, you know, playing the game, as I like to call it, and I do thank you. It's like a special thanks. It's like I thank the team, but then go up to you, pretty much the star player, and be like, yeah, we won because of you. Like, you realize that, you know. So there's a few of you that try a little harder than others, and that's very evident, and I know who you are, and I also know who don't try. So, at any rate, fun times are abound. It's fall. Zoe's into it. You know, Jason's looking for a job. That should be fun. He always excels at things where he works for other people. Geez, Cody, well, he's drinking less. I mean, that's good. God, I'll tell you, my stories, they're so strong. They're so amazing. They're so... phenomenal, really, that I feel that they've actually invaded some of my reality. You see, this is the thing. So my family, and by my family, I guess I only mean my brother. My brother thinks that I have a drinking problem. Now, Cody does, but I do not. I actually do not drink. Now, that comes as a surprise to some people. They assume I am a hard liquor kind of guy. Well, I am not. Jason is not. Zoe is not. And Cody kind of is. But I wanted to give you guys the heads up that he might be looking at sobriety. So that's a positive. Anyway, it's a lot of anyways. But, that's the only way to make it. Any way possible. So we're going to focus on that. Alright, I feel like I'm ripping off like maybe a Jason goodbye, Zoe goodbye, where she's like, well, I'm gonna go. Or maybe like a Cody goodbye. I don't know. I want my own goodbye. So I'm just going to say, from me as Jason, goodbye. You know what I should do? I should do a Zeke goodbye. Let me get in that. Ready? It's going to take a second, and you're going to look at it, and it's you know, it's a retrospective, and I think that you should focus on what I do, because I maybe will be teaching a class on it in my later years. So anyway, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna manifest. I'm gonna bring about Zeke from the dead, no less, and I will you know, say my goodbyes that way. So bear with me. Give me one moment. When I take on the spirit of my characters, it sometimes takes some time. And as I said, he's dead, so I got to go finding him in the afterworld. So just give me just the one moment. You can stay there if you'd like, but just give me the one moment. Maybe you have to pee. I don't know if that. We're just, you know, pause it maybe. But I'm just saying there's going to be. Okay, ready? And remember, my friends, when the devil tries to come at you and say, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, I didn't expect that. He apparently is having some kind of party. I will... Give me one more shot. I don't know why he ever covered his face. Like, he does realize that... I don't know. I don't know why I covered his face, but we'll do it. Ready? And remember, my friends, when the devil tries to come at you with pain and agony, defeat, disgust, separation, sadness, you power through and you become the person you are meant to be. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.